Hi there, Karen here with my buddy Whiskey Sour. I just want to let you know why I have the hat on today. I had somebody yesterday say, "So what's the story behind the black beanie?" I don't know, for those of you who've seen the whole funeral mute thing with the top hat and everything, that came from, it's an 1800s look, but it came from a 1922 silent film, Oliver Twist. I really liked what the boy was wearing in it, and he worked at a funeral parlor, and he had the whole outfit much like that. I even looked at how he had his buttons and everything, and I kind of copied my outfit after him. He was a funeral mute at the funeral parlor. They're just supposed to look sad and really have no voice, just be there to look sad. And I felt like for a long time during my depression and the relationship I was in, that I could identify with Oliver feeling like a mute. And so then I came up with the whole outfit, and so therefore my top hat has a lot of meaning. It's now in a closet in a box, but it has a lot of meaning. This hat simply means I'm having a bad hair day. If you see the hat go on, I'm having a bad hair day. It means I didn't put much of an effort into my hair for our blog, but I'm putting effort into the blog, so... I'm an ex-hairstylist too, which is really silly. I should be able to just coif this thing into something beautiful, but alas, I do not. I do not do that. I wrote a blog today that is called The Hockey Bag. You can tell I'm from Canada, right? The Hockey Bag, it's not just for equipment. I want to read you an excerpt from a news post today that says, "Enacting one of the nation's most aggressive environmental measures, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors voted yesterday to ban plastic grocery bags in unincorporated areas of the county. The ban, which will cover nearly 1.1 million residents countywide, is to the point no store shall provide any customer a plastic carryout bag. Grocers who wish to offer the bags will sell them for 10 cents each. Environmentalists hope that the ban will help diminish the 6 billion plastic bags used in LA each year, 1.5 billion of which ends up as urban tumbleweed on the streets." One of the most shocking things I saw when I came to LA, garbage everywhere. But isn't this Hollywood? This is supposed to be spectacular and beautiful. There's garbage everywhere. First of all, I'm glad to see Los Angeles catching up with the times. Congratulations, Los Angeles. Hopefully other places will follow. Canada has been doing this for a really long time. I'm very proud of our recycling program up in Canada. It does work. I remember Ellen DeGeneres telling a contestant on American Idol not to go barefoot in Hollywood because it was a dirty town, she said. And I love that that had two ways, but I was horrified to see how much pollution there was in the streets of Hollywood. I just expected it to be a little bit nicer than that. It is pretty dirty. So I'm glad to see that Los Angeles is taking some steps. Just even if they're small steps, they're taking some steps, so that's really cool. In Canada, we have massive fines for littering, and we recycle just about everything. And not only do we recycle, but we compost as well. So everything gets broken up into the plastic, glass, and compost. And like you can even recycle your coffee grounds and everything like this. Just you can break up pretty much everything. So it always amazes me when I go to other countries or other places and it's just like, are you kidding? I have to throw this into the garbage, especially in hotels. It's disgusting to me that there's no recycle bins in a lot of hotels, you know. It's just like, what era are we living in? So I like that there's blue bins in my neighborhood here in Los Angeles, but what you can recycle is really limited, so pretty cool. I feel this is a really important step. What I couldn't get over, though, is how many negative comments were under this news article. I just couldn't get over it. It's like, oh my god, you have something bad to say about this? I've come to realize that some people are just so infested with negativity. It's just like, they can't even help it anymore. They just have to have something bad to say. Even if the article was about providing fruit and vegetables to children at school instead of vending machines or something, they would have something. These particular people would be on that forum too, saying something really negative about it as well. And we seem to be so programmed and so skeptical and so cynical about just everything. I saw an argument under this specific thing that said, what is the purpose of this ban? Why are people so concerned about the environment? And then they said, what about us seniors who can't afford these bags? Okay. Let's have a look at that. I couldn't believe it. Yes, seniors are short on money. People are short on money. This is a completely separate issue, but I thought 10 cents a bag? I can guarantee you, just when I used to do nutritional counseling, when I was talking to you guys about that health center I ran, I would go into grocery stores and just walk around and look in people's carts, you know, just to see what people were buying. And I can guarantee you, these people who are complaining about paying 10 cents a bag at the grocery store have things in their cart that will clog their arteries that cost $5 each, you know. So who doesn't have some bags at home anyway? In Canada, I've seen Canadians actually bring in hockey bags into the store to put their groceries in, and you know what? They're happy to do it. They're just really happy to do it. It's like, whatever. It's not like we have to go kill our food these days. You know, that's not like the cave days where you're responsible for going out and killing your own food. And when you get home, you barely have to cook it. It's like most of these items are just so ready-made, and they're in plastic containers which go inside cardboard containers. And guess what? All that stuff has to go somewhere when you're done eating it. That's just the reality. Like, we don't think about that. It just goes into the trash, and we just complain about our money problems. But there's things that we can be helping with, I think. But anyway, just the negativity is really funny. When I was talking to you guys in the previous blog about positive versus negative thinking, this kind of negativity just puts us at a standstill with any solution, just coming up with any solution at all. There's a saying in one of the companies that I work in, and it's, if you have something to complain about, you better have a better solution. And I love this. This is fantastic. I see this plastic bag movement as a solution. It's been proven to work in other countries. You know, it's frustrating to just simply point out the bad things. It's like in politics or religion, which I tend to not talk about these topics. You notice that not many of my blogs will be specifically about a religion or specifically about politics or anything, because they're so riddled with negativity, just pointing out negativity upon negativity without a solution. That's where I have the issue, is that there's no solution. I'm not saying something's good or bad or right or wrong, but I can't believe people can't come up with solutions. And so here I am also complaining about that. I would rather us find ways as a community here to figure out how to be a helpful friend. You know, to me, I think we can not worry about all of this extraneous things around us and the things that are in the peripheral like we talked about before, but maybe we can just simply find ways to help one another again. Just be helpful. Don't have to judge them. You don't have to sit there and bash them down and point out all the wrongs and stuff. Why can't we just help? Why can't we just assist in finding a solution to something? And this statement, if you have something to complain about, you better have a better solution, it's really awesome. Now, of course, it's good to have someone playing devil's advocate. I'm a big proponent of that. When we have meetings, I like somebody in the room to, you know, point out something that we're maybe not thinking about. But it's good to have those people there steering things so that they don't go in the wrong direction. But what I love about this whole philosophy we have, if you have something to complain about, you better have a solution, is that it rewards people who are solution oriented. Like, those people get to have their ideas implemented because they gave it some thought. And I think that's pretty cool. I love people who give something practical thought and then come up with an answer. We spend way too much time just pointing out what's wrong with the other players and no other resolution in its place. If we don't have a solution, could we just lovingly spur thoughts in others by just asking questions, which will still have a result in some way? Like, just knowing that you're going for the end goal, knowing we might be right or wrong, we might screw up, and this might not be the best solution, and maybe this plastic bag thing isn't the best solution, but at least people are moving. I love seeing movement. It signifies things are moving ahead. The statement this person made after this, just, you know, about why are we concerned about it, blah, blah, blah. It's not only obstructive, but it just made a redundant statement. We talked about this redundant negativity. It's just suggesting seniors have no money. That's a separate issue. It's a real issue. It should be addressed. Somebody needs to address this, but it's separate. It's a separate issue. It's just absolutely, it does not go hand in hand with plastic bags. It just, those are two, the amount of garbage we have in the environment and seniors not having money, I don't see the link. You know, these are two separate issues. I think they both are important and they both need to be addressed. We can't be mashing issues together and hope by the end of our 1-hour meeting, or 3-hour meeting, or 5-hour meeting, or 10-day meeting to come up with a solution for both those problems. You know, it's just, maybe somebody out there brilliant can come up with a solution for both these problems, but the idea is to come up with a solution, not negate one to put one on top. So I just think we're smarter than that. I just think we are. I think we can come up with better solutions. This is happening all the time in our relationships as well. We have a hard time staying on topic to come up with solutions. The issue that we have with our spouse, maybe they're not spending enough time with us, but then that turns into a big argument about how he's not cutting the grass and he's not taking out the garbage and he's not painting the house. That's a no-win situation. You want him to spend time with you, but you want him to go out and do all this work as well. He's stuck in the middle, just like thinking he's being nagged at, and then you got a nagging problem, and it's just, it compounds because nothing is focused on just finding a solution for a specific problem. I'm really trying to remember this statement: if you have something to complain about, you better have a better solution. It's been working well within our company. It works really well. It causes the people within the company to come up with well-presented strategies before presenting them, so not to waste everybody's time. And it's a huge time saver. It also keeps everyone's brains thinking and moving forward, which I love. I love seeing people move forward. It's much like if a band is coming up with a song. If people practice their parts before they get there, or maybe come up with some ideas at home, when they come to this session, maybe, you know, they can offer something. You know, that's kind of cool too. And if they didn't come up with anything before they got there, I think I've mentioned this before, within a band, it's good to just listen. Just listen and work off of each other a little bit, instead of just coming in there with a front up that you got, you're going to just be devil's advocate all night long, you know, just for the sake of being devil's advocate, not because there's really a point. A person may have an excellent argument for why someone is wrong in their actions, but the person who piped up about these bags costing money is still missing the point that when their groceries get home, their bag's going in the garbage. The problem will still exist. You know, they will still have no money, and the grocery bags will still go in the garbage. Then we just got compounding problems. My point is just to stay on point. I don't do it in my blogs. I'm all over the place. I'm really trying to focus that. So I am a work in progress. I am definitely a work in progress. But my point is to try to stay on point. And there should be a different meeting about seniors who are having no money. Just like when I do a blog here, there's always somebody that says, well, what about this, Karen? That's a separate topic. Like, let's try to stay on topic, because the world has, what, 1 billion topics in it? Are we expected to cover them all at one time, or can we just discuss one and kind of get through that? So my brain's really only able to digest one topic at a time. My mouth is able to disperse many topics at a time. Trying to get those guys in alignment again. I was in many relationships where hundreds of topics would get thrown up into the air, and some would float up to the ceiling like a helium balloon, and some would just crash down onto the carpet below, and nothing would get resolved. And then you got stuff to clean up and helium balloons on the ceiling and stuff. I keep reminding myself to stay on topic, to just omit the negative redundant statements that aren't helpful, and try to allow sometimes to let somebody else have a solution. See what their solution is. I encourage people to be solution oriented, even if they don't have it worked out completely yet. Solutions are a lot like songwriting, where they happen in stages, and stagnant water just creates this film and this sludge, which leaves us with a whole new problem. So it would have been better for the water to at least be moving than to just sit there collecting mold, you know. So I signed off today wondering if using that hockey bag is very healthy. Oh well, it's a step forward, right? Any of you guys who have played hockey will know that there's many things in a hockey bag, not just equipment. It's growing things, definitely, for sure. My brother was a goalie, which, oh man, not good. I signed off with a quote today saying, we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. And that quote was definitely hijacked and used for other arguments, but I believe it really did mean the earth when they said it. So I will sign off today, keeping on topic, but I will talk to you guys again tomorrow, okay? Till next time, for Whiskey Sour and I, rock on.